Welcome to Nintendo Master, and today we'll be doing a review of one of the most influential Nintendo 64 games of all time, Goldeneye 007. If you are watching this video, please like and subscribe so we can make more further videos. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Goldeneye 007 is a 1997 first-person shooter developed by Rare and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64. This game was based on a 1995 James Bond film with the same name and features familiar scenes from the movie.
Yes! I am invincible!
It features a campaign mode in which players can control as an ancient James Bond through the series of levels. This also includes one of the most funnest and most memorable mode, as we all know, the multiplayer mode. The fun fact is that the mode was thrown together in a month. Wowzers! For a fact that this vital feature was never in the official plans of Goldeneye. Sounds fascinating. So Goldeneye was developed essentially by only 9 people, of which they were amateurs. The development began in the late 1994, by which a programmer named Martin Hollis was just finishing up working on Killer Instinct. In a weird way, the developer actually helped the game, according to the Goldeneye team member Graham Norgate. So the story basically discusses about a criminal syndicate from using a satellite weapon against London cause financial meltdown. Although Alec Trevelyan attempts to align the restoration with the Goldeneye, but Bond destroys the machinery to defeat Trevelyan in a gunfight above a dish. Sounds cool, don't you think? Leave a comment down below. Goldeneye not only had its own exclusive title, but has a remake as well. This remake came out on the Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, PS3, and Xbox 360, which released originally on November 2nd, 2010. However, it didn't receive many critical acclaim as its original version, but it gave positive reviews on its gameplay, campaign, voice acting, multiplayer, and control. But you might be asking, has the game aged well? I'm just gonna say not exactly, due to the sheer of quality in modern time. I don't think it ages well. However, in 1997 standards time, it was a mind blown back in the days. If you think about the Nintendo 64's hardware, that was just basically how powerful the system itself was, and if you think of it this way, the PS1 was more powerful essentially than the 64, which is kind of crazy, don't you think? But although I must say the controls is quite solid, it feels sublime every time I play, and the movements just feels great. I really like the auto aiming, but what sucks about the controls is the aiming. What I think about the aiming, it's a little bit clunky. When it came to aiming yourself, it just doesn't hold up. The player would not able to drag the cursor slowly to their target, especially when there's butts-loads of enemies was shooting at you. That would be a deadly situation. But however, not to worry, that this game is probably one of my favorite 64 games of all time. And the reason is the owl. If you've seen footages, as you can see right now, you can see the enemies rolling and running and shooting. The owl is just great. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the game, which some of the characters, like let's just say Chris and Swagmaster, was in SMG4, which this is basically how they got their characters. What I also love is the levels are simplistic, which although the worlds are kind of short, but that's what makes the levels so great, because it's like if you were progressing in the middle of the levels, and if you die, then you have to start over the whole thing. But the good thing is the levels are just short. And also with great soundtracks like the faculty music, to the dam music, to the menu music, it offers one of the greatest soundtracks for a Nintendo 64 game. It also offers many missions, let's just say like the complex, the Egyptian level, the faculty, and much more. It also offers the cheat sheets, which means you can turn into yourself tiny, invisible. It has paintball mode. It has so many different fun modes that you could try, and it even works on multiplayer mode, which I normally use no radar, and golden guns, which is freaking fun. Overall, Goldeneye has definitely not aged well, but damn, this has one of the best multiplayer modes of all time for an FPS game. It also represents the most genius single-player campaign with beautifully designed open worlds and offers the best OWL for real-time situations. Overall, amazing gameplay, nice graphics, killer soundtrack, and great controls, which makes this game one of the most influential and greatest Nintendo 64 game ever made. If I was going to give a score from 0 to 10 scale, I would give this a 9.5 out of 10 amazing. Well, hopefully this video helps you out a bit in deciding whether you should get this game or not. If it was my opinion, I would say definitely give this game a try, and hopefully you guys have a nice day.